Sayori always says nice things about you. Seriously? You brought a boy? Hold on, I gotta get in the... That one. That one also I don't like because she also looks like a child. I thought they were the same person, I'm not gonna lie to you. I thought they were this. Isn't there 4? Seriously? You brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere. Ah, Ember! What a nice surprise! There is 4. She's fucking insane. Welcome to the club! All words escape me in this situation. No, because me too. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. I disagree with you, to a certain extent. I like the art style, I'll tell you that. Like, yeah, they are cute, but they're cute in the baby way. You know what I mean? What are you looking at? If you want to say something, say it. Sorry. Natsuki? Bro! Stop! That's the mother who made not pancakes, hold on, the cupcakes! And you gonna be Excuse me. The girl with the sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is the one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes me think she's probably a first year. Jesus Christ! I cannot read. Anyway, she is also the one who made the cupcakes, according to Sayori. You can just ignore her when she gets moody, Sayori says quietly into my ear, then turns back towards the other girls. Anyway, this is Natsuki, always full of energy. And this is Yuri, the smartest in the club. Don't say things like that. Yuri, who appears comparatively more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with people like Sayori and Natsuki. Ah, well, it's nice to meet both of you. And it sounds like you already know Monica, is that right? That's right. It's great to see you again, Ember. Monica smiles sweetly. What the fuck you doing, boy? You look like one of those chickens, you know what I mean? Anyway, the girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. As Sayori mentioned, it's been widened so that there is one space next to Monica and one space next to Sayori. Natsuki and Yuri walk over to the corner of the room where Natsuki grabs a wrapped-up tray and Yuri opens the closet. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Sayori. Natsuki proudly marches back into the tray in hand. I was gonna say table in hand. That was my whole brain's thought process, and I think you guys needed to know that. Okay, are you ready? Okay. You keep a whole tea set in this classroom? Don't worry. The teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you in a good book? I guess. Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. That's not it. Insulted, Yuri looks away. Oh, that's unfortunate. I meant that, you know, I believe you. Well, tea and reading may not be a pastime for me, but I at least enjoy tea. I like how I'm looking back and forth with them like I'm actually having this conversation with them. It's embarrassing. I'm glad. You're glad? You're faintly smiling to yourself. Relief. Woo! Let me tell you what. I would not do well in this situation. Monica raises an eyebrow, then smiles at me. So what made you consider the literature club? I was afraid of this question. Something tells me I shouldn't tell Monica that I was practically dragged here by Sayori. Well, I haven't joined any clubs yet, and Sayori seemed really happy here, so... That's okay. Don't be embarrassed. We'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the literature club, it is my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. Monica, I'm surprised. How come you decided to start your own club? You could probably be a board member for any of the major clubs. Weren't you a leader of the debate club last year? Well, you know. To be honest, I can't stand all of the politics around major clubs. No, because you're on point! because me and my dad were actually talking about how ridiculous college football is about to be in about 5 years. Yeah. Yeah, I talked about that. With my father. Talked about football with my father. It's very gender affirming, I'll tell you what. Do you have any years? Okay. Do you have any writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example, help Natsuki feel more comfortable enough to share hers. No, because ain't nobody like. I guess it's the same for Yuri. I wanted to read everyone's poems. We all sat in silence for a moment. Okay, I have an idea! No, because are you about to make us all write poems and share it to the class? I won't lie, the art style of Natsuki's eyes are very pretty. Like, that color together is very pretty. Like, the yellow, pink, and blue, and then the lighter pink that kind of gives a peach color. Those are beautiful combination of colors. Also, my favorite color is green, so that's also might have been why I also found her attractive as a kid. I wasn't really a kid. I was late teen. No! And that was also before I knew the premise of the game. Ember, since we're already here, do you want to walk home together? That's right, Sayori and I never walk home together anymore because she's always stayed after school for clubs. Sure, might as well. I'm not doing that either. With that, the two of us depart the new club room and make our way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the four girls. Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri, and of course Monika. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in a literature club? Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Alright. I'll just need to make the most of my circumstances and sure good fortune will find me. I'm sure it will, buddy. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. Do I finally get to make my own choices? Time to write a poem. Pick words you think your favorite club member will like. Something good might happen with whoever likes your poem the most. What if I just went with my own thing? Just to see what my personality would fit. You know what I mean? I'm just gonna go with whatever the I like word-wise. I like shiny. Sportion. Raindrops. Defeat. Aura. Imagine captive. I actually like that better. Hold on, hear me out. I'm gonna go with twirl just because I can. Tears, cause yes. Frightening, cause yes. Beauty. Charm. Gay. Empty. Horror. Climax. Flower. Melancholy. Strawberry. Analysis? I don't know what I did. I don't know what that was about. Hi again, Ember. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but at least I keep my word. Well, I'm back at the literature club. I was the last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promise, Ember. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you. Making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it. Oh, come on, like he deserves any slack. He already told me you didn't even want to join any clubs this year. And last year, too. I don't know if you plan here just come and hang what. But if you don't take it seriously, then you won't see the end of it. That's cute. You certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the club room. That's funny. Natsuki finds herself stuck in between saying Monica and manga. Manga is literature, that's true. Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat. Don't worry, guys. Emperor always gives it his best as long as he's having fun. He helps me with busy work without me even asking. By the way, I forgot that the character you play is a man. I closed my eyes and ended up listening in on Sayori's conversation with Monica. We're probably gonna seem really lame compared to all the other clubs, though. Well, we can't give up. The festival is our chance to show everyone what literature is all about. The problem is that the idea of literature clubs sounds too dense and intellectual. But it's not like that at all, you know? We just need a way of showing that to everyone. Something that speaks to their creative minds. That doesn't solve the problem, though. Huh? What do you mean? Even if we come up with the most fun thing ever, nobody will come in the first place if it's a literature event. So it's more important to figure out how to get people to show up in the first place, you know? And after they come, we can do the thing to speak their creative minds. What is this? Sayori is taking this really seriously. It's rare to hear it. It's so bad. Jesus Christ. And you don't even keep your blazer buttoned up. Seriously, Sayori. Why do you think you don't have a boyfriend yet? Damn, that's low. In terms of this conversation. Sorry, but you'll thank me later. I start to button her blazer from the bottom. Once you see how much better it looks, you'll change your mind. Whew! It's over. It's gone. That didn't happen. So if I keep it unbuttoned, then I won't get a boyfriend, right? What kind of logic is that? And why are you saying it like it's a good thing? Because it is. Because if I had a boyfriend, then he wouldn't even let you do things like this. And you would take care of me better than anyone else would anyway, so that's why I'm keeping it unbuttoned. Okay, everyone. Monica suddenly calls out. Why don't we share the poems we wrote now? I can't wait to read yours. Yeah, same. I failed to sound enthusiastic, but Sayori still trots away to receive her poem. By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night? Yeah. My relaxation ends. I'm having a fucking stroke. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. I couldn't really find much inspiration since I've never really done this before. Well, now that everyone's ready, why don't you find someone to share with? I can't wait. Sayori and Monica enthusiastically pull out their poems. Sayori's is on a wrinkled sheet of loose leaf torn from a spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monica wrote hers in a composition notebook. I can already see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags. I do the same myself. Who should I show my poem to first? Who out of these should I show? You know what I feel like would not judge me? It's between these two, I'll tell you what. Should start with Monica. Yesterday she seemed eager to read my poem, and I wanted to know I'm putting in effort. Period, Pookie. Hi, Amber! Having a good time so far? Ah, yeah. Good, glad to hear. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm sort of settled in, not because No, because why did you do that? I was doing like that at hold on. At my most recent job, one of my jobs, and then next thing you know, I'm a team lead, and I was like, I gotta be responsible, even though I'm the one who pushed for the action of me being a team lead. That's crazy. That's crazy. Anyway, want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. I have Corinth's readers right next to me, and I didn't buy them for myself. Anyway, Don't worry, Ember. We're all a little bit embarrassed today, you know? But it's that sort of barrier that we'll all learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. I hand Monica my poem. I like this one. It makes me think of something Sayori would like. Is that so? You and Sayori are really good friends, right? I wouldn't be surprised if you had those sort of things in common. Well, we may be good friends, but Sayori and I are actually really different. Well, that may be the case, but maybe there are also some similarities that you wouldn't expect. The way she talks about you. It sounds like the two of you really care about each other's well-being. Even if you show it in different ways, it ends up being more similar than you'd think. So I think that's the kind of vibe when I get reading your poem. You're sure you're not reading into it too much? I could be. Oh gosh, I sound like Yuri. But in any case, Sayori's writing has kind of a gentle feel to it. I can tell that she likes exploring with emotions like happiness and sadness. Who knew that someone so happy would enjoy sad things too? Yeah, that's totally unexpected. Well, to each their own. And you shouldn't be afraid to experiment a little bit either. I'm sure I'll end up trying different things a lot. It could take a while before I feel comfortable doing this. That's okay. I'd love to see you try new things. That's the best way to find the kind of style that suits you. Everyone else might be a little biased towards their own kind of styles, but I always help you find what suits you the most. So don't force yourself to write the way anyone else thinks everyone else wants you to write. Fuck. It's not like you have to worry about impressing them or anything. Yeah. Anyway, would you like to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims not to be very good. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know. I see. Well, let's read it then. Alright, let's go. Hole in a wall. It couldn't have been me. See, the direction the spackle protrudes, a noisy neighbor, an angry boyfriend? I'll never know. I wasn't home. I peer inside for a clue. No, I can't see it. I reel, blind like a film left out in the sun, but it's too late. My retina's already scorched with a permanent copy of meaningless image. It's just a little hole. It wasn't too bright. It was too deep. Stretching forever into everything, a hole of infinite choices, I realize now that I wasn't looking in, I was looking out, and he on the other side was looking in. Ooh, so what'd you think? It's very freeform, if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. It's okay. Yeah, that kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say that I have some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit. An epiphany. Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff. Yeah, kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on the paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about this is, if you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. No, because thank you for that. Who should I show my poem to next? Yuri. Yuri stares at the poem. A minute passes, more than enough time for her to finish reading. Oh, sorry. I forgot to start speaking. It's fine, don't force yourself. I just need to put my thoughts into words. Hold on. Okay. This is your first time writing a poem, right? Yeah. Why do you ask? I'm just making sure. I guess that it might be after reading through it. So it's that bad. No! Did I just raise my voice? I'm so sorry. Yuri buries her face in her hands. I couldn't help but notice that it's been several minutes and we really haven't gotten anywhere. It might take Yuri a while to get used to new people, but no, because same. It's fine, I really didn't notice. What were you saying? Right, it's just that there are specific writing habits that are typical. Whoa! of new writers. And having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they form fit the two together. The end result is that both the style and the expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone, and she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little biased, though. Biased? How? Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry. It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri is apologizing to herself, to me, or to Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do! I'd love to share my thought process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamily, as if it's a rare opportunity for her. Which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? Ghost under the light. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow. Bathing. It must be this one. The last remaining streetlight to have withstood the test of time. The last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-screen hue of the future. I bathe. Calm. Breathing air of the present but living in the past. The light flickers. I flicker back. Period, Pookie. I'm sorry, I have such terrible handwriting. Pookie, if you want to see some terrible handwriting, give me a pen and paper right now. I can write okay with a pencil, but pen? Paper? No. I don't know what it is. Ani? Ani. Sorry. I'm learning things. I wasn't thinking that at all, but it took you a long time to read. Ah, well, I just don't read scripts very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty. That's a relief. Also, I like the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive. It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you like it. I'll be honest, since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghosts, Yuri? Actually, the story isn't about ghosts at all, Ember. Really? I must have totally missed the point. Well, I suppose you did only glance over it, after all. But remember that poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences into their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost. Lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past. And soon to be left with nothing. Ah, nice. That's a lot more solemn putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive. It's nothing really. Well, it makes me happy you think that. Just remember that it won't be long before you pick up on these things too. Yeah, maybe you're right. I guess I'll have to keep trying. I'm counting on you. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, staring at their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. What's with this language? Did you say something? Oh, it's nothing. Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy. Ah, thanks. Yours is cute. Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about feelings of giving up. How can this be cute? I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. Huh? You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it didn't really come out nice at all. Well, I do have a couple suggestions. If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. Sayori liked it. And Ember did too. So based on that, I'll gladly give you some more suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me, I appreciate the offer, but I've spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon, unless of course I come across something particularly inspiring. Which I haven't yet. I never liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it. Natsuki suddenly stands up. Oh, I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri. That's not what I... That's crazy. That's crazy. Yuri stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous that Ember appreciates my advice more than he appreciated yours. Huh? And how do you think he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself? No. If I was that full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy. They're fighting, bro. What the fuck do I do? Is everyone okay? Well, you know what? I was the one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as Ember started showing up. Pardon? Natsuki, that's a little... This doesn't involve you! I don't like fighting, guys! Suddenly both girls turned towards me as if they just noticed I was standing there. Ember, she's just trying to make me look bad! That's not true. She started it. If she could get over herself and then learn to appreciate simple writing is more effective, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. What's the point of making all your poems all cavaliated for no reason? I don't even know what that word means. So you're just like her. The meaning should jump out at the reader, not force them to have to figure it out. Help me explain it to her, Ember! Wait. There's a reason we have so many deep and expressive words in our language. It's the only way to convey complex feelings and meanings the most effectively. Avoiding them is not only unnecessarily limiting to yourself, it's also a waste. You understand that, right, Ember? Well? How did I get dragged into this in the first place? It's not like I know anything about writing. But whomever I agree with, they'll probably think more highly of me. So of course that's gonna be... No, because genuinely I go with, like, Yuri on her. I like... I kept reading. I wasn't reading it loud. It's no secret that I was impressed. Well, that's... But here's the thing. No matter how simple or refined someone's writing style is, they're still putting feelings into it and it becomes something really personal. That's why Natsuki feels threatened when you said her poem was cute. I see. I didn't notice that. I'm sorry. Ugh. But Natsuki, you took it way too far. Yuri means well, and if you'd just told her how you felt, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. Are you kidding? That's exactly what I did. It was her that... Natsuki, I think that's enough. You both said some things that you didn't mean. Yuri apologized. Don't you think you should too? Natsuki clenches her fist. In the end, nobody has taken her side. She's trapped at this point, being defiant only because she can't handle the pressure. I end up even feeling bad for her. Sometimes when I'm hurt, it helps to take a walk to clear my head. Sugura, she doesn't need to... You know what? I'm going to do that. It'll spare me from having to look at all your faces right now. Thank you. Without a warning, Natsuki snatches her own poem up from the desk and storms out. On her way out, she crumbles up the poems with her hand and throws it in the trash. Natsuki... She really didn't need to do that. I look across the room. Yuri has her chin buried in her hand while she stares down at her desk. I gingerly approach her and sit adjacent chair. Everything alright? I'm so embarrassed. I can't believe I acted like that. You probably hate me now. Oh, Yuri. How could anyone not have gotten frustrated after being treated like that? You handled it as well as anyone could. I don't think any less of you. Well... Alright, I believe you. Thanks, Ember. You're too kind. I'm thankful to have you a part of this club now. It's nothing. One more thing. That one thing Natsuki said about, you know, I would never do anything so shameful. So, what thing did Natsuki say? Well, never mind that. I'm gonna make some tea. Good idea. Make enough for more than one person, okay? Yeah. Alright. Wait. Okay, everyone. it's just about time for us to leave. How did you all feel about sharing poems? It was a lot of fun. Well, I'd say it was worth it. It was alright, well, mostly. Ember, how about you? Yeah, I'd say the same. It was a neat thing to talk about with everybody. Awesome. In that case, we'll do the same thing tomorrow, and maybe you learn something from your friends too. So your poems will turn out even better. I think to myself, I did learn a little bit more about the kinds of poems everyone likes. With any luck, that means I can do a least better job impressing those I want to impress. Yada yada. I nod to myself with a newfound determination. Ember, ready to walk home? Sure, let's go. Sayori beams at me. It has truly been a while since Sayori and I have spent this much time together. I can't really say I'm not enjoying it either. Sayori? About what happened earlier? What do you mean? You know, between Yuri and Natsuki. Does that kind of thing happen often? No. That's really the first time I've seen them fight like that. I promise you they're both wonderful people. You don't hate them, do you? No, I don't hate them. I just wanted your opinion, that's all. I can see why they'd make good friends with you. You know, Ember, it's nice that I get to spend time with you in the club. You know, I've been dissociating into this story so badly that I haven't got any commentary to go with that. No, because I forgot I was backwards. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching the video. It's kind of crazy playing Doki Doki Literature Club after watching people play it and being like, oh my god, it's free. Don't worry about all this crap down here. I didn't click the right thingy, so that's all my stream stuff. Anyway, I'll see you guys in the next episode. Hopefully it'll be my next video. I don't know when this will come out, but I plan on doing videos weekly every Friday. So wish me luck. I don't know if next Friday will if this comes out before August 30th, I may not post on that day, because August 30th is on a Friday, and Friday is my birthday. That August 30th, that's my birthday. So I can't promise you that this will be out before then. However, if it is, you may not get a video on that birthday. Actually, you may get a video on that. You may get a special video. Who knows? We'll find out. I don't know. Anyway, if you guys enjoyed that and you want to see me do more, you should definitely like and subscribe. Hit the bell if you're feeling zesty. Alright? Alright. That's all I got for you. Everyone have a lovely day, night, afternoon, morning, whatever you want to be. It could be daytime in your vicinity and you would want it to be evening. Have a good evening.